Hello, hello. Hello, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Let's see if Evan is here. Okay. Hi, thanks for coming. I know for some of you guys, it's very late at night, but thanks for being here. Oh, good reminder to silence my computer. So today we're gonna talk to Evan. Evan, yes, he's here. Hello. He's joining us now. I'm super excited. I hope you are too. Hi.
It's happening. We're doing it.
It is happening. Hi, Evan. Thanks for joining.
How we doing? How are you?
I'm great. I couldn't be better. Thank you. Thanks for accepting my invitation. I know your time is so valuable. I really, really appreciate it.
Cool. I'm glad we can make this work. I just finished. We're doing a challenge right now, and I just finished 2 hours of training in there. And like, I gotta go because I gotta go here, and we're gonna do this IG live. So here we are. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So I think everyone knows you, but let me just tell you guys a little bit about Evan. Evan Carmichael. He's an amazing guy. He lives in Toronto, and my brother lives there too.
Nice.
Yeah. So he believes in entrepreneurs, and obviously he really believes. Otherwise, he wouldn't be here. And Gary Vee called him the DJ of the DJ that inspires people. And Ed Milet, who had the pleasure of meeting in person, called him the modern day Napoleon Hill. I love that. I love that, Evan. And at 19, he built and sold a biotech software company. And at 22, he was a venture capitalist, raising $1,500,000 to $15 million. Wow. And he has a huge YouTube channel with 3.38 million subscribers. That's so hard. And we're going to talk about that today. And he wrote 4 books. We're going to talk about his latest book, Built to Serve. I'm super excited to start, Evan.
Lots to talk about. But first, like, what is on your shelf under the, like on the second shelf? Is a plant? And then what's that thing next to it?
This?
Not the plant, next to the plant.
This one?
Yeah.
So
don't break it. Don't break it.
No, I'm not gonna break it.
Oh, it's more plants. It's like dried. Oh, I see. It's like dried leaves. Okay. Exactly. I thought it was like, it looked like a dinosaur bones or something. Anyway, okay.
You have Doritos in front of you. I have these type of things behind
I like it. I listen, I like it. I'm here for it. Cool. Anyway, I love your energy. I love your vibe, and I'm ready to go.
Awesome. Okay, let's start. So obviously, first thing I wanted to talk about is about, because I see there is a huge trend of people basically selling directly to customers or to consumers. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of content creators out there, and I see the importance of content creation. And I wanted you to talk about that a little bit and tell us how we can use YouTube to basically bring more awareness about our brands and bring more clients to our business.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's amazing. What I think YouTube is probably people watching your biggest marketing strategy for 2022 is YouTube. A couple reasons why. The first is when you make something on YouTube, your content lives forever. So whatever you post today, in a week, in a month, in a year, in 2 years, in 5 years, will still be getting you more views, more subscribers, more leads for your business, more revenue for your company. And so if you have a message that is evergreen, that will live for a long time, which should be, I mean, the core of everything that we do, we're trying to help people solve problems. You know, I think your purpose comes from your pain, right? Whatever you struggled the most with is what you want to help other people through. And sharing that message, I just love leverage, right? I mean, I love going live on Instagram. It's awesome. A lot of Instagram posts, nobody cares what you did a week ago on Instagram. True. Right? So you're spending a lot of time, not you, like me, everybody. We spend time on these platforms, which is, it's still worth doing, but it's low leverage because you have to keep making, keep creating, keep sharing. Where with YouTube, the video you make, again, today, for years, will still be generating attention for you and leads for you and business for you. The second is YouTube pays you. You know, it's like, hey, do we want to make money? Making money is important. You know, like it's not number one, right? Purpose, mission needs to be number one, but making money then needs to be in your top 5. Otherwise, you won't make money, and you're stuck doing what you love on the weekends and evenings, right? So this is hard for givers. A lot of givers struggle to receive, and so we need to figure out a way to make money doing it. And YouTube will pay you. YouTube will pay you money. You have to hit a certain number. You need to have 1,000 subscribers, etc. But YouTube will actually pay you to make content where other platforms won't. You know, if this was a YouTube video, you'd be making money from the video, and you can still download it and upload it to YouTube and make some money on it. But you're not making money on it from just being Instagram. And then the third is YouTube long form lets you cut up the clips. So if you were to make, you know, a 20-minute YouTube video, you can clip that to go to your Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and everywhere else. So you can, how do I be everywhere? But you don't have to. You just have to make YouTube videos that live forever, that pay you forever, and you can clip the content to be on all the other platforms. So we can dive deeper into any of those things, but that's why YouTube is really powerful and is still the #1 place to be.
Exactly. I love that. And you're right. I guess you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch, which I have over 1,000 subscribers, but not 4,000 hours of watch. So it's really hard to get there, I think. I don't know. I actually like to hear from you, because I know that there are so many, for example, the people who are gaming and put that on YouTube, and there's so many people watching, or there is like white noise and people just play it for their kids so they get view hours. But like if it's a content that is, I guess, like personal development and, you know, like more serious stuff, it's harder to get views and subscribers. Do you have any tips for people like me?
Yeah, for sure. Well, first off, congrats on getting the 1,000 subscribers. You know, getting the first. That's the hardest part. Like just getting off the ground and keep making videos and believe in yourself, and that's the hardest thing. So you're already ahead of most people, and it took me 5 years to get to 7,000 subscribers. So you're already moving faster than me. So great, you're on the right path. Next is, okay, so we want to hit our 4,000 watch hours. It's not just about 4,000 watch hours so you can hit, you know, partner program, but it's a nice kind of next goal. The way to do it is thinking about a couple of things. One, how long is your average video?
20 minutes.
Ah, that's really good. Good. How many videos are
you?
You've been listening to me?
To you.
Okay, good. Good. I like it. How many videos are you making in a month?
Oh, I knew you were gonna ask that.
Uh-oh.
I used to do 2 a week, but then I guess I got busy, and at that time I didn't have a lot of subscribers, so I kind of stopped. So to be honest, even not once a month.
So it's going to be hard to get there if you're not making once a month. What are the barriers preventing you from making more content?
To be honest, like as a girl, I think also getting ready to be camera ready.
Yeah.
That's one
Listen,
thing.
This hair took a lot of time to get ready for today.
I know. And then this hair took like 10 times more than
So
yeah.
So the ways around that, and your 20-minute videos are they direct to camera? What kind of content are you making?
Yeah, I don't do any video editing. Basically, I have a lot of content. I've been attending a lot of events from different people, you know, Tony Robbins, Simon Sinek, John Maxwell, Brendan Burchard. So I summarize those, or I summarize books that I read, like I summarize them and put them on YouTube. So it's like content that is here, not even on paper or anywhere. I don't read from anything, so I just explain everything I know. And I do everything in 2 languages, which I want to talk about later.
2 languages should be 2 channels.
Yes, just separated them, but Okay, should I ask my question about that now?
Well, we'll shelve that for a second, but we'll come back
Okay.
to it.
Okay.
Because I get asked that a lot, and there's definitely strategies for it. But
Okay.
in terms of making the content, the easiest thing to do is set aside 1 day per month to start to be your filming day. And you block as much of the rest of your life out as possible. So you're not booking family stuff or business stuff. Like you say, this day, once a month, is going to be my filming day.
How many hours to do batching, right?
Yeah, like the whole day.
Okay. The whole
Book
day.
off the whole day. Yeah, book off the whole day.
Okay.
Book up the whole. If you want to hit your 4,000 hours, book up the whole day.
Okay.
And what you'll find is the amount of work to get yourself ready, not just like hair and makeup and whatever, but also just energy and presence.
Yes.
Because when you first press record, your first video is not good. You know, it's like you're stumbling and making mistakes, but then the second one is better, and the third one is better, and then you just carry through on that energy. So even today, like the energy I have for you is because I was just in my challenge, and it was so much fun and comments and love and energy. Like, oh my God, okay, I gotta go to this other IG live. And so here we are now. Your result, like this, my energy here is a result of everything that I've already done today. And so when you can, the worst thing to do is set everything up, set your hair, makeup, and clothes and energy, and like staying in the right spot and making sure the background is all good and all that, and then make one video and shut it all down.
Mm-hmm.
Where the time to make one video, you can make 4 or 5 or 6 more right afterwards. And so you want to stay in that energy. It'll help you just make a lot more content. So I would have 1 day per month, and you schedule in advance. You know, today is March 3rd recording this, so I don't know what day. We need a March day where you're going to make content, and you push everything else. And if you plan in advance, you can make it happen. Mm-hmm. And the goal would be to get enough content filmed in that 1 day for the month, at least to start. Like I film every Tuesday. Every Tuesday I film, and then every Thursday I do stuff like this, which sometimes this leads to more content, you know, as well. But if you're not even posting once a month, then we start building the consistency, and appreciate you being honest and sharing. And like when you say, honestly, you know, I was like, okay, great. I like it. That's what we want to deal with, you know, not the fake stuff, but you know, where we're actually at. The second thing that I would look at is types of content. Have you done coaching content, or do you want to do coaching content?
I would love to, because I'm a business coach, but not actually. I haven't done any of the coaching content.
Okay. So then I would split my filming day into the first half being direct to camera, where you're going to try to make however many videos. You know, you'll get better with time. At the beginning, it'll take you a while to get into it. That's fine. So, but if you spend, you know, the first 4 hours of the day, maybe you only make 2 videos the first month, and then you make 3, and then you make 5, and then you can make 6, and you can make 8. You know, you'll just get better at it the more practice. So the first half of the day is making your thought leadership direct to camera videos, whether they're book reviews, whether they're what you learned from Tony Robbins or your own thoughts, whatever, but direct to camera. And in the second half of the day, you line up people to coach. Mm-hmm. And whether you do it on Instagram Live and cut it for YouTube video, or you do it through Zoom, you line up back to back to back to back coaching calls with people.
Oh, nice. Okay, got it.
I would try to line up, if you have 4 hours, you know, in the afternoon, I'd look at lining up 6 people to coach with a little mini break in between each one, or something goes over because you just really needed to dive in on something.
I love that idea. I love it.
And do it at the end of the day, because they'll give you more energy. You know, like talking to people will give you more energy than if you're just doing it by yourself. So to go from talking to people, coaching, and then do solo videos is harder than flipping it. So, and finding the people, you know, like do you already have people who are paying you to coach them?
Yes.
Good. And you have an email list?
Yes.
It doesn't have to be big.
Started like a month ago, but yes.
Great. You have more than 8 people on your email list?
I have 700.
Perfect. And you have people who follow you on Instagram. So here's what you do.
11,000.
So for the coaching, you And do you have a team, or you have a VA or anybody that helps you, or it's all you for now?
I have one person who's amazing and helping me.
Perfect.
Yes.
Great. What's amazing person's name?
Oh,
First name.
I call her Mo.
Mo?
Mm-hmm.
Like M-O?
Uh-huh.
Mo, we love you. Keep doing a great
Yes!
job, Mo. Let's go. Let's go, Mo. Okay.
She's amazing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you have is Mo here watching right now?
I bet she is.
All right. Good job, Mo. Okay, so you have Mo help you with this.
Yes.
And for everybody watching, if you don't have a Mo, then you do it yourself, but everybody needs a Mo in their life.
Yes.
So one, you can recognize, so how do we find the people? So if we're going to do 6 coaching sessions that are free, but the caveat is it's going to be turned into a YouTube video, 6 coaching sessions a month on a Monday afternoon. You need help to kind of schedule them back to back to back to back,
Yes.
right? So how do you find people? One is current clients. So if they pass a milestone, if they've hit 1 year of coaching with you to celebrate them, then you reward them. I do this with my Movement Makers program. After 1 year, we do an IG live together. Like if you stayed for a year and you're still in the program, we'll do an Instagram live together where I coach you. And I don't know what we're going to talk about. You know, like that's the best part about being a coach is, I mean, hopefully they're asking you questions that you know how to answer, right? I mean, they're not, when people come and you're having me on to talk about YouTube, I'm not talking about gardening tips, right? Because right. I wouldn't have much for you, or hair care products or something, right? But you know, they're going to ask you questions that you hopefully know the answer to, or you can coach them through because they're part of your program. It also helps promote your coaching program because you're going to say, hey, here's Susan from my coaching program. She's been with me for a year, and we're doing this as a special bonus. Susan's going to come on and say, oh my God, I love your coaching program. It's so great. You teach me all these amazing, right? Because they're already in it and they love you and they know you. So now it's a great chance. You don't only get content, you get a chance to promote your coaching business without really promoting your coaching business.
Exactly.
So people who've been with you for a milestone, a year, 6 months, a quarter, like whatever you want to recognize them for. 2 are people who are leads, who are on your email list, who can win a chance to do it. And you can use it as a sales tool to say, hey, if you sign up for my coaching program within the next 24 hours, you get a free one-on-one. Well, actually, we just committed to this on I'm doing a Movement Makers challenge. It's not open to everybody, but like the people who are on the challenge, if they buy the annual package within the next 24 hours, the first 25 people get a one-on-one with me like this on Instagram.
Nice.
So you're rewarding people who are new coming in, that you can package some one-on-one time with you, that then also turns into content for you, but rewards them to sign up and hire you to be their coach. And then if you run out of people from there, then you can even just message people on Instagram who follow you, who are nice, you know, people who are in the chat, you know, the Vardust and Zena and Agineska and Umian, to Hacker, you're like, whatever, people who follow you and who are engaged, you can offer to do a one-on-one with them as well. And the goal is to then, on that afternoon, you have 6 people in 4 hours, you give them certain times, you give them the link, and Mo is going to help you do all that. And then you just have to show up. You know, like that's the easiest content to make. He's like, hey, Susan, how can I help? Narges cooks as me. So, you know, Narges you're going to have on.
Yeah,
Mo's gonna book it.
Yeah, Nargis, you're gonna get a free coaching from me.
There you go, and it's gonna be content, Nargis. So she's gonna come on. She's one of your students.
She's one of my followers. She's not my client yet. But
okay.
we can do it.
Yeah. And listen, the goal isn't even like you don't need to convert Nargis into a client. It's more you're here to help her. You say thank you for being so valuable and being in our community and leaving blue butterflies every time I go live. I love you. You're amazing. Let me support you. And you do the IG live together. And maybe she joins you in your program, but that's not the point. The point is to get some content and to help Nargis with whatever struggle she's going through right now. And then other people who are like her, who are facing similar challenges, they might sign up and buy your coaching programs as well, right? And it's just fun content to make because it's a lot more fun to help. It's going to be so much more fun to help Nargis live than to stand in front of the camera doing a Simon Sinek book review.
Exactly.
right?
Sorry, Simon, but yes, that's
Or
so true.
whatever, an Evan Carmichael book review, right? We'll put it on me. Great. We love you, Simon. Yeah. So 1 day per week, sorry, per month that you block off. And ultimately, it'd be great to be able to make 12 pieces of content where you do 6 solo videos. You may not be able to get that out. Maybe you can. I don't know. It depends on how comfortable you are and how fast you go. But if you can get 6 pieces of content from the morning, 4 hours, and then 6 interviews and coaching sessions in the afternoon, we're spending a full day making content. We have a little bit of break in there. And now you have 12 pieces of long form content for the month to put up on your channel, which is giving you 3 videos a week, which is more than where you were before. And we're just in studio once per month making content.
Exactly. I love it. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna like start this month. And I'm an action taker. Like when I decide, I just do
Let's
it.
go. Well, Nargis, you're in. Nargis needs to be the first one. Let's go,
Yes,
Nargis.
she's gonna be the first one for sure. Yes. And yeah, I definitely do that. I started, and then I want to talk about your book too. But before we go there, can we also talk about people who do bilingual? So I do everything in Farsi and English, even on my Instagram, and it's really hard, really hard. But I do it because there are so many people in Iran who speak maybe only Farsi, and I really want to help them. Maybe they don't have access to Tony Robbins or like you or Simon Sinek or John Maxwell or Brandon Burchard, and I love to tell them things that I learn. So that's why I do everything in Farsi too. Otherwise, it's easier for me to do it in English, although this is my second language, but it's easier to go with one language. So my YouTube channel used to be both languages one by one, like one Farsi, one English, one Farsi. Everything looks the same, just different languages. But then I kind of understood that YouTube cannot promote me anymore because it will show my Farsi videos to my English audience. So I separated them, but I really don't want to delete my Farsi videos now because
don't worry, don't delete them. And Nargis says she can help you in French as well, which is great. So maybe you have a French channel, dubbing, exchange. You coach her in her business, she dubs your videos into French. It could be another option. No, don't delete the videos. That's fine. But going forward, it's 2 different channels for everything. Instagram, like all of the algorithms work pretty much the same way. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all the algorithms work basically the same way. Like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Their goal, what's their goal? Their goal is they want you to be on their platform all day long, right? And so if you're putting up a picture, if I follow you and then I see now, I mean, I know you now and love you and love the energy and the vibe. But if I like happen to come across, if I am Masha 26 who just joined, he's like, I kind of like her, maybe I'll follow her. Great. And then the next thing she sees is something from you in Farsi, like, if she doesn't speak Farsi, what's this? I'm going to unfollow it, right? Or I'm not going to engage with it. And then what you're telling Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or whoever is that if your own audience does not care about what you are making, why should we send it to other people?
Correct.
So it's 2 channels. Now, how do you decide between the 2? English is the harder one to win on because it's the most competitive. Farsi is going to be a lot easier to win on. The content, it just isn't, and we don't have a Farsi channel, but we have a Spanish channel, a French channel, Russian channel, a Dutch channel. Like we've done tons of different languages because I want to help spread the message to the world. So maybe Farsi's next.
Yes.
But Farsi is easier to win. Like any non-English language is easier to win. It's just easier to win. It's not as developed. There's not as many creators doing it. And so you could win a lot faster doing content that you learn and making it Farsi. The opportunity to monetize is not as big, and the general opportunity for some is not as big. Like there's a lot of people who speak Farsi in the world. You know, like people, I mean, you know that. Or a lot of people don't know that. French is not as big, right? Like the French, if you're going to go international, Spanish is usually the first one people go to from the size. But if you made a French channel or a Japanese channel or a Hungarian channel or whatever, it's just a smaller audience. So you could be the big fish in the small pond, but harder to win on a big stage, and also just less money. If you look at how most people make money on YouTube at the beginning, we talked about the 1,000 hours and 4,000, 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours.
Yes.
The advertisers want an American audience. That's the biggest, and I'm Canadian. Like Canadians aren't worth as much as Americans because the companies want American buyers more than anything else. They want American buyers. So it's USA first. If you want to just monetize, like how do we make money? America first, and then Canada, UK, Australia. If you're looking English language, Canada, UK, Australia. That's like the next group down, and then under that is mostly the rest of Europe. Germany and France and Italy, in terms of ad rates, like how much money you can make. And then it's rest of the world.
But one thing is that people in Iran use VPN. So basically they look like, people from Netherlands, or, they look European to YouTube algorithm.
So it depends where they're setting their VPN to. If they're setting it to the USA, that's awesome. If you're sending them to Italy, it's not as good. I haven't looked at Iranian CPMs recently, and there's also there's so many people who speak Farsi who are not in Iran as well.
True.
Like in Canada and Toronto, the Iranian community is amazing, right? We've got an awesome community of
Finch
Iranians here in Toronto.
What's that?
Young.
Or Shepherd and Young. Young and Shepherd is
Young. She knows. Yeah, Young Street is our longest street. I think it's the second longest street in the world. Between Shepherd and Finch is Iranian. It's where my dance studio is. My dance studio is on that corridor. So we get and Iranians love to come in and dance too.
Yes, I take salsa dances too. So if I was there, I would come definitely.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people who, even here, there's a lot of Iranians here who they speak English, but it's their second language.
Yes.
And depending on the age group, they may only, like, you could get by in Toronto only speaking Farsi.
Yes.
Right? Like you could never have to learn English if you wanted to and still live your life, right? You can go to enough stores, maybe like dealing with the government a little bit, you need somebody to help you, but otherwise you can, and so there's lots of these communities around the world where they are speaking the language, but they're just not living in the country, but it's still the smaller opportunity. So you could do both at the same time. Think about the people who are going to hire you are mostly going to be in English.
Your ideal clients, basically. Yes.
Yeah.
So even my clients are all living in US or Canada. They all either they're just speaking English or Farsi and English. So it's like, it's not like Farsi alone. And
right. Yeah. But when you're doing, so now if you're doing your content in the afternoons, it's going to be coaching people, you want it to be in English.
Yes.
Like Narges came on, and I think she said she was Iranian Canadian. So she might be able to do both. But if you want to grow your business, it should be an English coaching session that you end up doing, because your ideal clients, they may speak Farsi, but they definitely speak English.
Yes, exactly.
Right? So now it changes our content strategy to focus on, we're not just trying to get followers and subscribers, we're trying to grow your business. And those are the people, it's not a requirement to speak to speak Farsi to work with you.
Exactly.
Somebody's not Iranian, you can still help them. You're not only helping Iranian women, right? I mean, you're helping anybody who's got business problems. So, what ends up often happening is, for people who do both, they usually end up dropping the native language one.
Good to
because it's not getting the results that they want.
Yes.
And so it becomes more of a passion project.
Yes.
To say, hey, I just really want to share. And so you can still do it. You just create a separate content calendar around it, where if you're making 6 videos a month in English in your thought leadership stuff in the morning, then maybe you take 1 or 2 and turn them into Farsi as well. Okay. And so you still have some content going up, but it's not the main. But it's much more of a passion project than I need to monetize this.
Correct. Awesome. Thank you so much. So let's just talk about your book before you go, if you have time. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So I haven't read it yet, but I did my research because I just heard about it before our live, so I didn't have time. But I love reading books. I'm gonna read it. But one thing that was really exciting for me that wanted like I really want to read this is because you start with why again. So like that why is so important to me. I'm like, I really care about my why, and I had a really hard time finding it. And so far I realized like you start with your book also by focusing on our true purpose and why in life. So can you tell us a little bit about your book as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's called Built to Serve. The idea is you are built to serve as a human. So if you're not happy, it's because you're not serving. We all want to feel like we matter and that we're going to wake up and do something that's going to mean something to somebody, all of us. It's kind of hardwired into us as humans. So if you're not happy, it's because you feel like your work doesn't matter or mean anything. Mm-hmm. And I think that's most of the world, by the way. Like most people wake up and drive to a job that they hate and realize that their work doesn't matter or mean anything. And that's the path down to anxiety and stress and depression and suicide and medication and all sorts of things. Where if you woke up and you felt like, hey, today's going to matter. I'm going to make something today that's going to mean something to somebody. Maybe not millions of people, but even just one person. If you felt like you matter and your work's going to matter to one person at least, it's so much easier to show up for the day. And so I wrote the book to help people do that. I go through 3 steps. It's who, why, how. So you're talking about the why, which is your purpose. It starts with the who, which is figuring out your most important core value. So if you go through it like super quick, even just top of your head, if you had to pick your single most important core value, what would you go with?
I love to help people achieve their potentials. I believe we are here for life mastery, to bring all our potentials out and making it a reality.
Yeah, so if you're going to go with potential, then that bleeds through everything that you end up creating. So the guests you bring on for an interview should talk about their story of achieving their potential. The content you put up on your Instagram should be around achieving your potential. And it's not just a strategy of the right thing to do. It's like this is your heart speaking through the content that you're making, right? It's like you need to hit your potential. It goes to your team, You love Mo because Mo loves the message of potential and is helping you hit your potential as well. And you're feeding into her to help her hit her potential, right? And so anybody you attract on the team needs to believe, maybe not as the most important core value, but they need to believe in potential and the idea of it and what you're trying to accomplish so that they're not just a video editor, but they're somebody who has the skills and also believes in the mission that you're going off and doing. Your life partner needs to believe in your potential. Right? I mean, this is for everybody else. Like Nina, my wife, believes in me. My word is belief. So I'm Whisker Fish 8 just put believe in the comments. So when you figure out what your who is, potential, why that becomes valuable is it gives a lens of, for yourself, like your next level of growth is on the other side of you hitting more of your potential, that you're not done, that this is not the final form, that there's still many more versions of potential to bust through. And so you would still need it for yourself. And it's giving it to other people. The gift you want to give to other people is potential, that they can now start to realize that, oh, I don't have to stay stuck here. I can hit my potential. And so it's a great personal compass as well as something we can give to other people. Nargis wants to meet Mo in Mahmouni. I don't know where Mahmouni is, but
it's Persian New Year celebration.
It's a celebration. Okay, cool. I love it. So, and whenever you're not happy, it's because you feel you're not hitting your potential, that you're not doing anything to help other people with their potential, or you're not hitting your own potential. Like that's an easy way to make you feel unhappy, is to make you show you that you're not hitting your potential. And so it's a great guiding point for people, whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, figuring out your most important core value. So that's the who. The next is the why, and the why is the purpose, and your purpose comes from your pain. It doesn't have to be something that you struggle a lot with to figure out. It's why I wrote the book, is because whatever was the worst time in your life, like what was the worst moment in your life where you felt worthless as a human being?
So it's very interesting because it should have been a beautiful moment, but it was the time that I had my great job, great title, great salary, everything was fine. And it hit me during actually one of Tony's events that I'm not here to have a fine life. I'm here for life mastery. I'm here for another purpose. And I couldn't find my purpose at that point. I didn't know what I want. And it was really painful. I would get up early in the morning, just reading things, watching videos, watching TED Talks, everything I could to find out what I want to do. And that was really, really, really painful for me until I realized this is a journey and I need to enjoy it. And then I found my real why, and then I found my what.
Well, what is the most painful moment in your life? When did you feel the most worthless as a human?
When I realized, having a job with a good salary and a good title is not good enough. It was really painful for me.
When else earlier in life did you feel not good enough?
Not good enough. I guess that's something that it's very interesting that you asked me, because I struggle with something. And that thing is that sometimes I feel like I wasn't in so much pain like a lot of successful people.
That's fine. It doesn't mean that like somebody beat you up or something, or you could have had great parents and all that. But when did you feel not good enough?
I can think about a lot of moments that are less painful than the one I told you. Like when I moved to the US, I was 27 and I felt like I have to start from beginning again. I came with 8 years of experience in finance at that time, but I felt like I have to start again because I just moved to the other side of the world and I have to start proving myself to others. Yeah, those were painful moments, and not speaking the language very well. So that was something else that was painful. But I guess that, like, whatever I think, it just drives me back to that moment that I realized I'm not here for myself. I'm here to do a mission in life. And I didn't know that mission. I didn't know what I need to do. So that not knowing was really painful for me. Really, really, really painful.
So what's interesting is, not feeling good enough is directly tied to potential.
True.
If your most important value is potential, then whenever you don't feel good enough, you're gonna hate yourself. Like, it's gonna be devastating.
Yes.
Because your most important core value is potential. What's also interesting is that the two scenarios that you shared, and I'm sure we can go back further and find more, that the same loop, same record kind of keeps coming back, the same stories, is it's in moments of transition. So you had a good life, and then you moved to America,
Yeah.
and you didn't speak the language, and you had to start over. You had a good life, earning a corporate job, etc., and then you had to start over and do something else. So that will be who you'll love helping the most, is the people who feel not good enough, who are not hitting their potential, and feel like they have to start over at something. It doesn't mean they have to have moved to America, but they feel like they have to start over, and they've had this identity as being somebody else. And I don't want to be that person anymore, and it's scary to start over. You can help them.
True.
And you'll love helping them. Not that you won't love other people. We're built to serve. So if you buy the coffee for somebody in a line, you'll love that. It's a little act of kindness. Yeah. But if somebody comes to you and is afraid to start over, they want to hit their potential, they don't feel good enough, and they're just too afraid to start over because they built their life a certain way. And you talk to them and you make their eyes light up with hope. It's like, you know what? I think I can do this. Like, that'll be the greatest feeling in the world.
Yes.
More than doing something for you, right? Not for me, but for you, because that's at the core of you. So that's your why. Like, your why comes from your purpose. Your purpose comes from your pain. Whatever you struggle the most with And again, if you went back earlier, like anytime you had an identity tied to something and then you felt not good enough and had to switch your identity to something new, it's the same cycle. Like if you slept on it, you'll come up with a couple other examples. It doesn't mean that somebody like kidnapped your brother and, you know, it's like, it doesn't have to be some over the top crazy thing that happened. And already, like even in you sharing that example, you feel, if we go back to not good enough, you feel that your pain is not good enough.
Exactly, why? So you're so right, because that is so true. That is so, oh my God.
It's like how you started the whole thing. Well, I haven't been through some crazy pain like all of these people. You're basically saying my pain is not good enough.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely.
So great, you know, so this is who you love helping the most, because it's who you have been and still are to a certain level, right? Like your next level is on the other side of whatever you feel not good enough to do. You're not good enough to make YouTube videos or whatever. Your potential is on the other side of I'm not good enough.
Yes.
Anyway, so that's why. So who, I, and then the third part is how, like how you got out of the thing. And so these are questions that we're not used to asking ourselves, that we're not used to going through, but it also doesn't have to be difficult, right? Like we just went through it pretty quickly. You can figure that out quickly. And now why it's so valuable is potential will be with you for the rest of your life. When you're 130 years old, you'll still care about potential. The helping people who don't feel good enough transition from an identity that doesn't serve them anymore and transition to something new, you'll love forever. You'll be 130 and still love helping people do that. This is not something that gets old or just your theme for the year, right? So this kind of awareness is valuable because it serves you forever. So like it becomes a good trigger for you. So anytime you hear yourself saying, oh, I don't feel good enough, that means you have to go do that thing. Like whatever the thing is that you have, I don't feel good enough to do, now you have to attack it because your potential, otherwise you'll never hit your potential. So this loop will keep coming, right? And so just like we found the pattern going backwards, okay, that's awesome. But going forwards, it will keep coming just on a different level. Like now quitting a job and doing something else, you can do it. It might be a little rough, but you've done it before, so you'll be fine doing it again. But to hit the next level of potential, it's on the other side of I don't feel good enough to do whatever comes into your mind, you know? So now we can dissect ourselves a little bit better. So whenever we catch it, we can lean in and start doing those difficult things. And then the how is just making it teachable. The how, so like who, I, how. So who is potential, most important core value. The why is the pain, which comes from not feeling good enough and making a transition. And then the how is however you got out of the thing is teachable to other people. So like, how did you solve the problem of not feeling good enough? Well, I went to a Tony Robbins event, or well, I read some books, or well, like whatever you did, you can teach other people.
I started working and I believed in myself. That's the point that actually, seriously, that's the point that I really made a huge change in my business. Like the moment that I believed in myself, my business went from like being a side business, side hobby to a real business. Like that belief actually was very important, very critical.
I'll agree with you all day long on believe, you know that. But now it's like, now this is how you have the impact, because the first two just connect you to people. So knowing that your who is about potential gives you a compass or guiding light for the rest of your life. The why coming from your pain is, okay, I want to help these. I like helping anybody, but I really want to help these people. People who struggle with not feeling good enough and switching to a new identity is who you'll love helping the most. But then how do you help them? Well, how you help them is whatever steps you took. So if it's, okay, you need to just start. You need to build momentum and start. You can teach people how to do that. You need to believe in yourself more so that you can make this a full-time, bigger thing. Great, you can help people do that. You can teach people about the books and the seminars and the whatever else that you learned that have helped you. You experiment on yourself, and then you teach what worked to other people, right? It's like if you're making a recipe, you try a million things and it doesn't work out. It's like, oh, this tastes gross. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, I burned it. And then you finally hit the recipe that works. Then you can teach somebody else the same recipe and they get it a lot faster. So you tried a lot of stuff and it didn't work, and you burnt the cake and whatever. But finally it started to work, and now you can teach other people to help get there faster. So the how in who I how, then now you allow it to become something that is serving other people as opposed to just something for yourself, which is what we all want to do. We all, again, want to wake up and feel like today is going to matter to somebody. It's going to mean something to somebody. And then we go into how to make it into a business. So who I how to make a new business, that's Built to Serve. That's the book.
I love it. Now I'm gonna get it, like get the audiobook right now, like today, right after our live. Cause yeah, I want to start listening to it because I got it wrong. I got the first part wrong then because I thought the who actually comes from the why. But now I get it. Like the who is, I mean, all of them are connected if you're aligned with your purpose. But first is who you are, and then find your why, and then figure out a way to basically for the how to make that like a part of your life or mission. Got it. Wow.
And it's fun. You know, it's fun. It's fun to see. It's fun to see the unlocked moment. Like even when you said, "Oh my gosh, I did think my pain wasn't big. I'm not good enough." Right? It's like, and sometimes you need somebody else to shine a light on it.
Oh my God, why you said that? This is so interesting because my why statement, oh my God, Evan, I'm like, my mind is blown now. So my why statement is to shine a light on what is unseen so that all of us can achieve our potential. And you just said, you need someone else to shine a light. And I'm like, that's so true.
On what is unseen. There you go. Exactly. I didn't use those words, but yeah, that's like sometimes you can't see. You can't see it yourself, and I'm sure, I mean, for me it happens all the time too. Like I think things and I believe my own stories, and then somebody points it out and it's like, oh yeah, and like kudos to you for having the courage to be open, because a lot of people aren't, and to admit it and say, it's easy to come in and say, no, I got my why all figured out. You know, I read Simon Sinek and I know my why, and here it is. And it's like, okay, cool, and now let's add an extra layer to it. And you came along for the ride as opposed to saying, no, okay, you know. So it's more on you than on me or anything else. But that's what a good book does, or a good coach does, or a good, you know, seminar or whatever. It shines a light. It's like, oh my God, I didn't even realize this. Now it makes so much more sense, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was so good. I really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. And I can't thank you enough because this is very important. I don't have so many followers, and you accepted my invitation. This means a lot to me. And I really, really think, like I thought about it, you know, during the past days, that you really believe in what you say, because otherwise you wouldn't accept my invitation. Like there's so many people that I invite and they don't accept. So I really thank you for your time.
Well, kudos to you for reaching out. How did you? Was it just Instagram? How did we get this thing going?
Instagram. Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, I would, if I'm you, I take that as a lesson that you're on the right path and doing the right thing, because I'm kind of a weird person in that it's all vibe for me. It's all just energy, right? So when I get messaged a lot for doing different things, and I don't pay attention to how big their follower count or anything else is. It's more, I don't know, do I like this person? And so there must have been something in your, like, go back and look at I don't know what you wrote or how you said it, or maybe there's something in your profile. Like, I don't remember the exact outreach to make this happen. But it was something good. And, you know, lean in on that.
Thank you.
Because people will say yes because of who you are and the energy that they get from you. Because, I mean, we've already made it happen today.
Yeah. Yes.
Where my team is upset because there's other people who've been like asking for a while with big audiences, and it's like, when can we get this? Like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it, but let's go with Rosha and do this. It's like, okay, great, that makes no sense, but okay, we're doing it. But I think that's right. Like, I think energy matters. I think karma is practical, and so whatever the thing was, I don't know if you took a risk or if you sent me a standard message or you said something different.
No.
But no. Like,
it was from my heart. I saw you and I wanted to tell you that I really, like, I've been following you for, I don't know, a long time on your Clubhouse YouTube, everywhere. So no, it was like real. Whatever I wrote you, I don't even remember exactly what I said because it was real. It's not like a copy paste. No.
But so go back and look at that and do more of that.
Thank you. Sure.
Because when your heart shines out like that, that's when you're going to win and amazing things. Even though we're like almost 20 minutes overtime too, right? Like
Sure. Yeah.
my team is going to be so upset at me. It's like, what are you doing?
Oh
but that's not to make you feel bad. That's to give you praise for sharing your heart and tapping into that energy. And whatever you did on your message, like just do more of that. Lean into more of that. Trust more of that. Those crazy ideas that you get, like lean in on it. Those are the right ideas for you and will reward you, even though you may not feel good enough for it.
Oh my God, sure. Thank you. How is there anything I know that, you know, like I'm here, you're like here, but is there anything
But stop that. Stop. Don't.
Okay.
That's already good enough. You don't feel good
do?
enough. Right? Like I can't do anything. I'm too small. I can't do anything to help you. I'm not good enough to, right? No, like this is great. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't enjoying it and finding value here, right? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now, but I'm here because I want to be here. That means you've already done enough, and you are more than enough because other people wouldn't get as much time.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If there is anything I could do for you, your followers, anyone wants free coaching, come to me. So anything I can do.
The best thing you can do for me is go plan your March filming day.
Okay.
To make 6 videos in the morning and 6 coaching sessions in the afternoon.
Okay.
Because the greatest thing anybody can give you as a coach is not to hire you again for a coaching session or buy your book or what. It's to do the thing that you talked about. Like the greatest respect anybody can ever, if you tell them what to do, the greatest thank you is to actually went and did it.
Yes.
So the greatest thing you can do for me is to block off one day in the next 20 days to go film your content. Even if you sit there and you only make one video because you're so stressed out and you can't get it down or whatever, but you block the time off. Mo, let's hold her accountable. If you're still there, Mo, make that happen.
Mo's here. Yeah.
Narges is saying March 18th. She's like manifesting already, March 18th. I like that. That's the greatest thing you can do. That's the greatest gift. And then message me next month and say, hey, I did it. 12 videos down. Let's go. What's next?
I'm a fireworker. I'll do it. When I say I do it, I really do it. And I promise I'll do it.
I love it. Thank you for having me, Rush. It's been great to be here.
Yes,
and good luck making your content.
So much. Thank you. Really appreciate your time. Thank you. I'll post it on YouTube as well.
Do it.
Yes.
Take care.
Thank you, you too. Bye. Thanks, everyone. Woo! It was great. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting me, and for watching this live. And I'm going to save it. I know some people asked. I'm going to save it. And I'll see you next time. And my next guest is going to be, I'm going to tell you, next week I have a live with Anthony Trucks, former NFL player. He's a coach as well. So yes, more lives coming up. Let me see. Let me read your messages and then we'll go. Evan is amazing, right? I love that moment, like that mind-blowing moment. Let me see what Sam told me. I'll hold you accountable. I'm good at that. I need you to. Awesome. Yes, you're going to get a free coaching, live free coaching from me as well. Just message me. So, Evan, I love you and thank you. That was awesome. Oh, I'm glad you guys liked it. Really, really. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being here. I know it's late in Iran, so some of you are from Iran, so thank you so much. Thank you, Nagar. Thanks, everyone. See you guys later. I'm gonna save this. Let's hope that it doesn't go away. Awesome. Glad you liked it. Very informative. We learned a lot. I learned a lot too. I'm glad. So if you tell me your questions, I'll find great people like Evan and try my best to bring them here and add value to you as much as we can. Awesome. It's okay. I'll save it. You can see the beginning. And let's see. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, and yes, let's all support Ukraine. Why not? I see your post, I see your comment, and I really care about Ukrainians, and hope everything gets better. Let's all of us do our part. Bye. I love you. Bye-bye.